Now here's a question for you. Who do you think runs the world? Now, before I start, I'll leave a link under descriptions to this video, under more. And it's a short video by a guy called George Carlin, where he tells it as it really is in this world. And believe me, he is quite right. Okay, let's begin. Larry Fink, you've probably never even heard of him. He is the man that founded BlackRock, the biggest investment company in the world, and influences many a dime or dollar, I can assure you. But who runs it? That's the big question. Let's take a little look at the information highway. And by the way, it's available to anyone who can be bothered to look. Google is one of the 5 biggest tech companies in the world, along with Meta, Microsoft, Apple, and Amazon. And all the CEOs are billionaires and have immense power to go with it. And make no mistake, they use it fully to their advantage. Now, guess who owns Big Pharma and the media collectively by investment? Yeah, BlackRock. BlackRock, along with Vanguard and State Street, the 3 biggest asset companies in the world. And their biggest investor? The Gates Foundation. Yours truly, Billy Gates. And they say, follow the money. It will lead you to those who know. Now, money sure does make the world go around, but in my humble opinion, very, very unfairly. And definitely not democratically. Trying to find out who actually owns these companies is almost impossible. If you look up who owns BlackRock, you'll be told it's Vanguard. And if you look up Vanguard or State Street, they tell you it belongs to BlackRock. And you get the normal runaround because these people don't want you to know who they are, and they want anonymity. Anonymity, rather. Now, the 10 big pharma companies all have vast wealth, and in the last 3 years have made 30 new billionaires. And I'm sure you'll realise how that money was made. Yes, off the back of the biggest fraud the world has ever seen. And if you don't know what it is, you soon will. There are 10 media moguls who influence all the news, and they all have vast wealth and vast influence. Take Rupert Murdoch, who owns Fox News. He owns The Sun in Britain and also The Times. And by the way, he is just married for the 5th time, aged 93. Well, good luck to him. And I just wonder if that marriage will ever be consummated. And my imagination forms an hilarious scene with 2 nurses, a hoist, and a lot of grunting and groaning, and possibly a heart attack at the end of it. And the richest man in the world is Elon Musk. Although not Jewish, he visited Israel and took Netanyahu's side and refused Starlink services to Palestine. So obviously all is not fair in love and war after all. And billionaires can make such decisions. Is that democracy? And the answer is a very, very firm no, it is not. It's controlled by wealth, privilege, and most of all by nepotism. You scratch my back and I'll be your friend for life until you cross me. Now, the world is crying out for pacifism, and it's being ignored by mass apathy. No one wants to know. And pacifism has been systematically dismantled over the past decades by those who view war as a lucrative enterprise. The financiers of death have no interest in peace, and as long as people die in conflicts and civilians perish under the explosions of bombs, each with a price tag that enriches someone far away from the war zone, peace will remain an unreachable dream. In this world, spiralling into the abyss of escalation, every shot is money in someone's pocket. Every explosion is thousands of dollars in someone's account. Every day of bloodshed is someone's profit. Every surge in escalation and rise in panic ensures the wealth of those people behind the productions of weapons. And it's time to put an end to this madness. The people of this planet need peace more than ever, and we must stand up and fight for peace and for life, resisting the influence of the merchants of death and their proxies in the media and politics. All we need is world peace. But now we are told that the doomsday clock is 3 seconds to midnight and the nuclear confrontation is imminent. Oh, really? Do we buy that? Do you buy that? I don't buy that. I do not buy that. Now, take all the billionaires who run this world. And believe me, they do. They most definitely want permanent conventional wars because the wars keep them rich with a military-industrial complex. But far from a safe distance, of course. They are no fools, after all. And I think you may find out that they most definitely do not want a nuclear war because it will take them and their riches with it. Although they have no conscience about killing innocent brown people and destroying their land, they most certainly don't want their windows broken or cars scratched. No, it will be played down, trust me. Those in charge want you scared shitless all the time. But when the tables are turned and they face reality, they will conform to rationalism. And in the end, normality will return, whatever that is. And this all boils down to the masses believing what they are told by propaganda. And those of us who are red-pilled know the truth. And by the way, being red-pilled comes from the film The Matrix, which in turn comes from Plato and Plato's cave analogy, written over 2,000 years ago. And Plato was very aware of human nature. Look it up, it's all there on the information highway. The depressing part of it is we humans follow the crowd like sheep and look for leaders. But sadly, most leaders are put there by regimes to control you, and so far they're making a very, very good job of it. And in the end, we will not remember the words of our friends, but we will remember when and whom we were fooled by. Living in Plato's cave may be comfortable and safe, but it's a lie to control you. Always has been, always will be. And scarily, that's what most folk want. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.